The movie begins with a car that has crashed and overturned on the side of the road. From inside the wreck, a masked man crawls out, carrying a bag in his hand. He opens the car's petrol tank, letting the fuel spill out onto the ground. After walking a short distance away, he turns and fires at the petrol tank to ignite it, but the car doesn't catch fire. Limping heavily, the masked man slowly makes his way out of the area. Next, we see a man named Mike. In the early morning darkness, he takes a ferry to travel to another city. Once he arrives there, he goes straight to a car rental office and tries to pay cash to rent a car. The man at the counter refuses, saying they don't take cash, only credit cards. Mike hesitates and explains, "Actually, I came here to meet a girl, so I really can't pay by credit card. You know why." Hearing this, the man laughs, takes Mike's cash anyway, and leads him outside to an old beat-up car. Mike has no choice but to accept it and drives off. Meanwhile, a girl named Triss is standing at the ferry terminal, waiting for her ferry to arrive. She calls Mike, who is at a hardware store buying a shovel and digging tools. Mike asks her where she is, and Triss replies she's still waiting at the ferry terminal. Their ferry is supposed to depart at 9:30. Mike tells her he already arrived long ago. Triss is surprised and says no matter how much he tries, he can't hide their relationship forever. Mike apologizes, saying he got there early and arranged everything, asking her to come quickly. After paying for the tools, Mike rents a small house for a few days. When Triss finally reaches the city, Mike sees her wearing a school uniform, which makes him uncomfortable. Triss wants a proper kiss, but Mike only gives a quick one and insists they get in the car. She complains again that he didn't kiss her properly, asking if he's still scared. Mike admits it feels strange seeing her in a school uniform, like he's dating a schoolgirl. Triss reminds him she came by lying about a school trip, and if the uniform bothers him, she'll take it off. On the way, Triss notices the same crashed car from earlier, with 2 police officers at the scene. She stands up to look closely. One of the officers, Schiffer, explains that someone shot a man at point-blank range. He believes the suspect hasn't gone far and is hiding nearby. The only thing they recovered at the crash site was a gold coin. Schiffer says if the man had 1 coin, he must have many more with him. His partner Jobert laughs. The masked man who escaped the crash had murdered his own partner and fled with the gold coins. The masked man had escaped with the entire bag of gold coins. Meanwhile, Mike brings Triss to the rental house he had arranged, and she becomes excited the moment she sees it. She happily grabs the keys and rushes inside, but Mike shows no excitement at all. When he opens the trunk of the rental car, the shovel he bought from the hardware store is still there. Inside the house, he finds Triss already taking off her clothes, so he starts undressing as well. Suddenly, they both hear a strange noise, causing Triss to panic. She asks what it could be, and Mike responds that he has no idea. Slowly and nervously, they move toward the sound. They soon realize it's just a door banging against the wall because of the wind. The previous renter must have forgotten to lock it. But then Triss notices footprints leading up the stairs and becomes scared that someone else is inside the house. Nervously, they climb the stairs, only to find a man sitting lifelessly on the toilet. Mike tries to wake the man, but there is no response. He then notices a gun lying next to the stranger. Triss opens the bag lying nearby and discovers it is completely filled with gold coins. Both Mike and Triss are stunned, speechless. Triss puts up the curtains while Mike counts the coins. He says there are exactly 1,786 gold coins. If each coin is worth at least 1,000 pounds, or even more if they have historical value, then the total would be worth millions. Triss wonders if the man upstairs stole those coins, and Mike agrees. The police were probably chasing him. Triss picks up her phone to call the police, but Mike stops her. He reminds her that this gold could change their lives forever. With that much money, he could finally leave his wife and be with Triss. All their problems would vanish. Triss asks what they'll do about the man upstairs, and Mike says they can't leave him there. He had rented the cottage under his own name. If the body is found later, everything will trace back to him. Mike convinces her that people bury the dead, so they should bury him too. There's plenty of open field behind the house. Triss agrees, happy that their future could finally be together, but she questions why Mike already had digging tools in his car. Mike hesitates, then lies that he saw a sale at the hardware store and bought them randomly. Triss finds it odd but drops the subject. Mike takes the dead man's gun for safety, and they hide the heavy bag of gold inside a trash bin so no one can see it. Outside, Mike searches for the car keys, only to realize Triss has them. She opens the trunk, and they take out the shovels and tools. They head behind the house and begin digging the grave. Meanwhile, the man on the toilet, Vincent, wakes up. He was never dead. Injured from the accident, he drags himself downstairs and notices the bag of coins missing. Pain shoots through his leg, so he makes a splint using wooden pieces to stabilize it. Peeking outside, Vincent spots Mike and Triss digging. To his shock, Mike swings his shovel toward Triss. attempting to hit her, but stops himself. Triss has always annoyed him, even though she adored him. Vincent also checks their bags and finds an ultrasound photo inside Triss's album. She is pregnant. When Mike and Triss return to retrieve the body, they are shocked to find the bathroom empty. Triss panics, saying the man must still be alive and will come for revenge. Mike shouts at her to let him think, and she storms off angrily. Mike follows her, only to see Triss closing the grave they dug. She declares she will call the police. Mike argues with her, neither realizing that Vincent is hidden right beneath the soil where Mike is standing. Overwhelmed with anger, Mike reaches for the gun, glancing around to ensure no one is watching. Vincent suddenly attacks Mike with an iron rod, and Mike immediately pulls out the gun, warning him to come out or he will shoot. But Vincent attacks again, and this time the iron rod pierces straight into Mike's leg. Mike screams in pain, and Triss rushes toward him, trying to calm him down. Meanwhile, Vincent crawls out from below and begins saying something to Triss. But before he can finish, Triss strikes him with the shovel. Vincent collapses to the floor. Triss somehow manages to pull the iron rod out of Mike's leg and takes him inside to bandage his wound. Mike screams from the pain and reminds her that there is £1 million sitting inside that trash bin outside. He asks whether she really wants to call the police and lose everything. Triss argues that she only came here to spend a beautiful weekend with him, hoping for a future together. Hearing this, Mike pulls her close and tells her to forget about Vincent. They can take the gold and run away to start a new life, but she must promise she won't call the police, because if she does, they'll lose everything. Outside, Vincent has regained consciousness and is peeking into the house to see what's happening. Inside, Mike packs up his belongings and tells Triss that he'll load the bags into the car and that she should bring the gold right away. Triss agrees. But when Mike steps outside, he finds 2 police officers standing right there. Officer Chiffre asks if he's headed somewhere. Nervously, Mike says he's not going anywhere. He's just arranging things. Chiffre asks why Mike is limping. Mike lies that he slipped while doing some work. Inside the house, Triss suddenly spots Vincent hiding with a knife in his hand. She quickly pulls out the gun and points it at him, calling out Mike's name loudly. Her voice echoes outside, and the police officers hear it too. Mike shouts back nervously, saying he's talking to the officers. Vincent begs Triss not to scream, that he won't harm her. Triss tells him to stay quiet and return later, pretending the bathroom tap is leaking. Officer Chiffre then says he can help check the leak himself, and the 3 enter the house. With no other choice, Triss whispers to Vincent to hide inside the refrigerator. Vincent tries to manipulate her, saying they can take the gold and escape together instead. But Triss points the gun again and orders him to sit quietly inside. As he climbs in, he asks whether she's having a boy or a girl. Shocked, Triss asks how he knows. Vincent explains he saw the ultrasound picture in her bag. Triss says they'll know in the second scan. Vincent congratulates her, his tone soft and surprisingly warm. Triss finds this behavior strangely comforting, almost attractive. She closes the fridge door. The 2 officers enter with Mike asking about the noise and whether something is wrong with the bathroom tap. Triss lies that she fixed it already. Then Officer Chiffre mentions the car accident they passed on the way. Triss says she saw it and asks if anyone was hurt. Chiffre explains they are looking for a dangerous criminal who likely survived and is hiding nearby. He asks if they noticed anything strange. Both Mike and Triss say no. The officers leave, but outside, Officer Joe tells Chiffre he thinks the criminal is definitely hiding somewhere close by. Chiffre wonders aloud whether the criminal might have shared the gold with Mike and Triss, but dismisses the idea, saying a man who kills his own partner for gold would never give any away. He would kill them too. The officers drive off. Inside, Triss and Mike breathe in relief. Triss tells Mike she has locked Vincent in the refrigerator. Outside, Chiffre tells Joe they must return tomorrow to arrest Mike, because he is living with a minor girl, which is a crime by itself. Mike, looking at the fridge, tells Triss that they must kill Vincent. The police now know who they are and where they are staying, but Triss says they aren't killers. Mike argues that they can't let Vincent live, otherwise he will destroy their future. They have only one way out. After thinking for a moment, Triss finally agrees, saying they'll do it quietly. Triss opens the refrigerator door and Mike raises the gun, ready to fire, but the moment the door opens, he freezes, unable to shoot. Vincent collapses onto the floor. Mike and Triss tie Vincent to the chair, and Mike raises the gun ready to fire. But before he can shoot, Vincent regains consciousness. He stares directly at Mike, making it impossible for Mike to pull the trigger. Vincent calmly says, "Do you even know how much blood a human body holds? If you kill me here, the entire floor will be covered. You won't even be able to clean it properly. My blood will be everywhere, and the police will catch you immediately. I know basic investigation techniques better than you think." Even after trying repeatedly, Mike just cannot shoot. He steps aside and begins crying in frustration. Triss tries to comfort him, telling him not to worry and that they will get out of this. But Mike breaks down and says he wants to go home, to his wife, to his children. He realizes that everything they are doing is madness. He has a family, and he is destroying their lives. Hearing this, Triss stands up and blurts out the truth. She is pregnant. Mike is shocked and asks how this happened and insists it cannot be his child. Triss says, "It is your baby. Who else's would it be? From the day we met, I've considered you my entire life. After everything we've been through, you're talking about going back to your family?" Mike gets angry and demands to know why she didn't tell him earlier. Triss explains she wanted to tell him here, at the right time. "What was I supposed to do?" she says. "Tell you in the classroom? Mr. Maloney, remember what we did yesterday in the office? Well, now I'm pregnant." Mike asks what they should do now. Triss takes him to another room away from Vincent and asks, "Are you ready to stay with me? We'll have the gold too." Mike says yes, but wants to know their plan. Triss says they can't shoot Vincent or they'll get caught. Instead, they will drown him. She will prepare the bathtub and Mike must find a way to get Vincent into the water. Triss goes to the bathroom and begins filling the tub. Mike walks toward Vincent and Vincent asks if Mike truly intends to kill him. Mike tries to deny it, but Vincent interrupts, pointing out everything he noticed. Triss arrived with a fully packed bag, while Mike brought only one brand new dress, with the tag still on it, meaning he bought it after arriving. Vincent also found the receipt for the tools Mike purchased. He says, "You didn't know I'd be here, so you didn't bring those tools for me. You brought them for her. You planned to kill that girl and bury her so you could return to your family. And when you were digging earlier, I saw you almost try to kill her." Meanwhile, Triss continues filling the bathtub and secretly phones her mother. Vincent then tells Mike, "She's your student and you got her pregnant. You're in deep trouble." Mike admits he came here to fix that mistake. He explains that Triss lives in a teenage fantasy world and believes she can get whatever she wants. "I love my wife," Mike says, "and if I run away with Triss, I'll lose everything. My family, my career, my reputation. All of this happened because of a single stupid mistake." Back in the bathroom, Triss continues talking to her mother. Vincent says, "You won't be able to kill her." But Mike replies, "No, I won't, but you will." Mike proposes a deal. Vincent can kill Triss and take all the gold for himself. Vincent laughs bitterly. "You want me to kill the girl for you, and in exchange, you'll give me the gold that already belongs to me?" Mike threatens him, saying if Vincent refuses, they will drown him instead. "I want my family back and you want the gold. If you do this for me, we both get what we want." Finally, Vincent agrees. Mike unties his hands, and Vincent demands the gun. Mike hesitates, afraid Vincent might shoot him and take the gold. Vincent says, "Yes, I could kill you, but look at me. I can't run anywhere with this injured leg. I need you if I want to escape." Hearing this, Mike hands him the gun. Vincent lays out the plan. Mike will hide inside the cupboard and stay there no matter what sounds he hears. Mike agrees. But as soon as Vincent turns around, his greed takes over. He quietly grabs a handful of gold coins from the trash bin and slips outside the house with them. Moments later, Triss comes looking for Mike, but instead finds Vincent alone, tied to the chair again. Vincent looks at her and says, "He left you. He's gone." Hearing this, Triss begins shouting for Mike. Triss searches the entire house for Mike and even steps outside looking for him, but she cannot find him because Mike is hiding silently behind the car. After Triss walks away, Mike quietly opens the car's trunk, lifts the spare tire, and hides all the gold coins inside it. Then he flips the spare tire back over to conceal them completely. Meanwhile, Triss returns inside and begins attacking Vincent, demanding to know what he did to Mike. Vincent replies that instead of asking what he did, she should be asking why Mike left her. He tells her that Mike took half the gold coins and escaped, abandoning her. Shocked, Triss checks the trash bin and sees that the bag of gold coins has indeed been emptied. Just then, Vincent appears with a gun in his hand and orders Triss to take out the remaining gold. Terrified, Triss slowly pulls the bag out and pleads with him not to kill her, offering him all the gold if he lets her live. Mike, hidden inside the cupboard, watches all of this silently. Vincent tells Triss that Mike had asked him to kill her and had promised him all the gold in return. Triss refuses to believe it and begs Vincent again, explaining that she is pregnant and doesn't want to die. She breaks down crying. Vincent walks closer, kisses her, and gently tells her not to worry. He is not going to kill her. He says he has another plan. That's when Mike steps out, shouting at Vincent, reminding him of their deal. But Vincent points the gun at Mike, and Triss finally realizes Mike's true intentions. Vincent tells her she deserves better than Mike. He then pulls the trigger, but the gun jams, and no bullet fires. At that moment, Mike spots a knife nearby, grabs it, and stabs Vincent in the stomach. Vincent collapses to the floor. Panicking, Triss tries to run, but Mike chases her outside, catches her, and strangles her with both hands until she stops moving. Believing her to be dead, Mike carries Triss's body back into the house along with the bag of gold. He wraps both bodies, Vincent's and Triss's, together in a carpet. Mike drags the carpet to the same pit he and Tris had dug earlier and rolls both bodies into it. He then covers the pit completely. After returning inside, he scrubs the floor clean, destroying every trace of blood. He burns Tris's clothes and the ultrasound picture in the fire. But underground, Tris slowly regains consciousness. She wasn't dead, only unconscious from being strangled. Mike had buried her alive. She turns on her phone flashlight and sees Vincent's corpse beside her inside the carpet, making her scream in fear. She tries climbing upward but cannot escape. Morning arrives, and Mike prepares to leave with the gold. He walks to the car but suddenly remembers he doesn't have the car keys. Tris does. Furious with himself, he heads back to dig up the pit again, hoping to retrieve the keys. Underground, Tris struggles to escape, but fails. She hears someone digging above her. Her hand touches Vincent's gun inside the carpet, and she also finds a bullet. She loads the bullet into the gun. When Mike finally uncovers the carpet and pulls it open, Tris points the gun straight at him. Mike freezes. Tris says coldly, "Next time you kill someone, make sure they're actually dead." As Mike moves to attack her, Tris shoots him in the head. Meanwhile, the two police officers have also returned to arrest Mike for taking a minor girl so far away and potentially committing a crime with her, since Tris is still just a schoolgirl. Tris wonders what to do next, but she soon hears a car approaching. The officers have arrived. The police find the bag of gold coins inside the vehicle. They then hear Tris calling for help. The officers rush to her and find her wrapped in the carpet next to the two dead bodies. They pull her out safely. They bury both bodies back into the same pit. Officer Schifri gently asks if she had a rough night. Tris asks whether they'll take her statement. Schifri says there's no need. They both know what must have happened, and it's best she forget the entire weekend because her whole life still lies ahead. Outside, Officer Joubert asks Schifri if they should keep the gold coins for themselves. Schifri refuses, saying the girl may be young, but she understands everything. The officers take the gold coins and leave, and Tris drives away as if nothing happened. But after driving a short distance, Tris's car tire bursts. She opens the trunk to take out the spare tire and discovers the gold coins hidden beneath it. Overjoyed, she keeps every single one of the coins Mike had stashed there. The police had let her go because they assumed she was just an innocent schoolgirl, and that is where the movie ends. So friends, that was the complete story. Now tell me, how was this experience for you? Did the twist shock you? Did the ending surprise you? I really want to know your thoughts, so make sure to share your experience in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to hit the like button. Let's try to reach our next big target together. Also, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss another thrilling story. I'll see you all in the next video with another intense and exciting explanation.